Hello everyone and welcome to my next phone review. It's been a couple of months, or I guess you could say last year, since I did my phone review. But I've been really busy with school and everything, and I haven't really had a chance to get devices and test them out. So, sorry about that. Anyways, I've got a new device now. It's my next phone, which is a Sony Ericsson Vivaz Pro on Fido. And I'll be reviewing it for you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And because I think it's a really good device, and I think it's quite underrated in the Canadian market. So let's get into it. On the front of the device, we have a 3.2-inch screen with NHD resolution of 360 by 640. All the scratches actually you see on the screen are because of me dropping it numerous times in the past few days, but luckily I've had a screen protector on, so these are all on this screen protector, and the actual screen is okay. You also have the call and menu and end call buttons right here. On the right side, you have your dedicated camera key, dedicated video camera key, and your zoom bar, which also has the functionality of your volume rocker. On the left, you have the 3.5mm headset jack and your power connection and your computer connection. Under a plastic flap which protects it from getting dirt and debris inside. On the back, you have a 1 megapixel camera with 720p video capture, as well as an LED flash, and your power and lock button is also here. When you take off the battery cover, which is one of the low points of the phone, because it is very poorly attached, as you can see, and taking it off, you always fear breaking it. You have your 1200 mAh battery, your micro SD card slot with support up to 16 gigabytes of external memory is right here, and your SIM card slide is there as well. So although the battery cover is flimsy to take off, once you put it on, it's very solid, and it always stays on. Even after numerous times that I've dropped it, it stays on, and the phone feels very good as well. The curved back for that human curvature designed by Sony Ericsson feels great in your hand to hold. It's not very heavy, even though it has a full QWERTY keyboard. It's only 117 grams. It's a 4-row full QWERTY keyboard. The keys are a bit small, and it took a bit for me to get used to speed typing them after having my Qwerty Pro. But you do get used to them quite fast, and they have a very nice press feedback, and the spacing between them does help quite a bit. Let's get into the interface of the device now. You have your Sony Ericsson customized UI on top of Symbian version Symbian 60, 5th edition, and I find it to be quite appealing. You can set any of these home screens to anything you want, from flash elements to shortcuts to favorite contacts and even your media. So this is exactly what I have. I have my shortcuts right here. These can be shortcuts to and bookmarks as well to websites. I have my media, which shows your latest photos taken, and you can scroll through them quite easily, even videos, and it's really nice looking fluid and very pleasant to use. You can have a picture. You can also have your favorite contacts, which sorry about that, which allows you to quickly call, message, or view them in the contact app themselves. And you have flash elements, which this one is a note application, and you can use like post-it notes, and you can draw or even type, as you can see. And I find it to be quite useful and quite nice as well. So I really like this user interface on top of Symbian itself. But of course, in the options, you can change it and put it to normal Symbian, but I really prefer this one. Once you get into the menu of the device, Symbian starts showing up, and it's not really well optimized for touchscreen. As you can see, it's a very mature operating system. You have a lot of customizability and settings available with it, but the problem is for touchscreen usage, it has not been well optimized at all. So here, for example, I've clicked inbox. Normally, you'd think it's going into inbox and it's just lagging tremendously, but the thing is, Symbian was designed for a D-pad, and this is actually just highlighting inbox. You actually have to double click everything to get into them, and that gets very tedious. Of course, you long press. If you get used to it quite quickly, that won't be a problem. But I still think it takes away from the user experience. Another thing is when you're scrolling, you have to scroll down to go down, just like on a D-pad. You click down to go down, you click up to go up. Unlike, say, an iPhone where you scroll up to go down. I'll just show you where, because it might be confusing just saying it. So if you're in the contact application on iPhone, you scroll up, you notice to go down, down to go up. Here you actually have to go down to go down. It's counterintuitive if you're used to other touchscreen devices, and I think it also detracts from the user experience. Of course, you can use the scroll bar and that will be okay, but you know, just scrolling naturally, it won't work. Also, it doesn't support kinetic scrolling, so that doesn't do it any good either. That though is a limitation of the software itself. Sony Ericsson, however, has done a great job by customizing some of it. As you saw, that was the home screen. They've also customized the media application, which now has a PlayStation kind of look to it. And you have your photos, music, and videos. So let's go into music, and you can see it's a very simplistic UI, but it's very powerful, and it does support kinetic scrolling, which is quite a pleasure to use, and it looks much better than the rest of the phone. So I really like the media application, and it's quite powerful as well. So that's good. Otherwise, the phone itself is basically like any other Symbian device that you might have used, but some of the capabilities it has are quite good. For example, it has a media server application, which is basically your DLNA application. Allows you to stream your photos, music, and video to any other DLNA device, enabled device. So you can start it and it'll set up a server, and your other DLNA devices will recognize it. It worked like a charm with my PS3, and it was actually excellent to use. Obviously, the phone supports Wi-Fi up to the G standard, and and the browsing experience on it is quite good. The phone's native browser has support for Flash and is very excellent in terms of rendering pages, and I find it quite a pleasure to use. Let's go to, as you can see, you can have a mini very sorry about that. You can have a mini Qwerty keyboard, or you can use the phone's own keyboard to enter your URL. There's google.ca. Let's go to that. And it renders pages quite fast. Zooming is supported by double tapping, or you can use the zoom bar here. As you can see, you can also download your own favorite browser. I have downloaded. Let's exit. Okay, I have downloaded Opera Mobile, and I do enjoy using that. And it's very good. Let's talk about the camera now. I think the camera is excellent. So let's talk about the device. So locking the device, you double click the power button. Once you click it once, your options come up. You can turn off the phone, you can change the profile, or you can lock the screen and keys. So you lock the keys. The camera buttons actually do override the lock sequence. So if you press and hold, it will launch you straight into the camera regardless of the phone being locked. So that's really good if you want to capture the moment. Yes, and it has GPS enabled, videos for video tagging and geotagging. 720p video at 24 frames per second with continuous autofocus. You can check out the sample video for that. As well, it takes great 5 megapixel shots, and also has LED flash. So I think it's a really excellent device for picture quality as well. So the last thing I just want to mention with this phone is the general speed. As you can see right now, it's like lagging and stuff. So generally, it's not exactly the smoothest user experience. You will experience a few lags here and there. The accelerometer sometimes is, a little bit messed up to load the change in the direction of the page. But other than that, considering this device is half the price of an iPhone, it's actually a very, very excellent device. It has the same video recording quality. It has the same camera quality. It even throws in a full Qwerty keyboard for you to use. It's more compact than the iPhone. Here's my iPhone 4. It's more compact. It's a little bit thicker, but hey, you have a full Qwerty keyboard. So, and the battery life above it lasts me. Easily, it lasts me 2 days with very heavy usage, and with lighter usage, it lasted me 3 days. So it's a very good battery life as well, and I find it to be an excellent phone. It has a lot of capabilities with the operating system. I just find it to be a little bit limited for touchscreen use. Once you get used to those things, though, it's a great device to have, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So as always, hit me up with your questions in the comments below, and look for my next review to come a little bit later, actually, because I have exams coming up soon, so don't expect it for the next couple of weeks, although I hope you really enjoy this one. Thank you very much. See you next time.